Welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. You got me and in here in the building. Matt's not here again tonight, so we're just cutting the shit. We talking some football, talking some fantasy for your ass. So
the fake stuff.
So we're gonna get to it, and we're gonna talk about some of these players that we like this week. We're gonna talk about some gambling. We're gonna get into this this week 5 that we all are getting excited for, and hopefully we catch some dubs this week. But before we get started, hit us up at Twitter or X, whatever you want to fucking call it.
X.
At Crew Matt Ham and at Craftman Pack Fan, and let's get on to it. And at the Cruise Dynasty podcast, we will hit y'all up with some start sit questions, which we're going to hit up tonight. And let's just get to it, man.
Hit us with the 5-star review, man. Austin didn't introduce me, but I'm in the house. And it's your boy, the cousin, Potty Poopa. And I'm excited about this week, dude. The cream is rising to the top. Week 5, week 6, that's when the cream starts rising. And you start knowing who is for real and who is bluffing. Hit them, cuz. What you got?
All right, let's start with some start sit questions for all these folks out here. Let's get into it, man. Going to the flex position. I want to hear some of your reactions. Let's get to it.
All right.
Garrett Wilson going against Denver. Seems like a really great matchup. You gonna start him?
I'm starting Garrett Wilson.
Starting Garrett Wilson all day, every day.
Yeah, you're starting anybody against Denver.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's go down the list a little bit. Romeo Dobbs against Vegas or Tank Dell against Atlanta.
If you have either one, I'd probably go Dobbs. Because they're both wide receiver 2s. But
I think Romeo Dobbs might be the wide receiver 1, baby. Let's go.
He might be. And Watson is probably going to be on a pitch count, whereas Nico Collins is balling. And yeah, I put Dobbs over Dell.
Darbs. Let's go. Let's go, Darbs. Speaking about Romeo Dobbs, he had 12 targets in week 4 and 13 targets in week 5.
What did he have when Watson
week
was
3?
There?
He had 13 targets last week in week 4.
But when Watson was there...
No, he had 13 targets.
Oh, 13.
Yeah, Watson was on the snap count. I still think Romeo Dobbs is the truth. I would try to trade for him in redraft and in Dynasty.
So do you think for the continuance of the year, Dobbs is going to, if both of them are completely healthy, do you think Dobbs is going to out-target Watson?
I do.
Okay.
I do think Watson's going to have some big playability because that's just who he is. He's like 6'4", like 2. I don't even know how. He's like 230 and runs like a 4.2 40. I mean,
I'm so excited about our receivers. Even Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed, man, we look good, dude. And I get mad at the Packers all the time for not drafting receivers, but some way we always figure it out.
They always just do good. And Jordan Love looks all right. And we look like we're in pretty good shape. But let's go on to the next one right here. You got Jacoby Myers against Green Bay or Gabe Davis against the Jags in London.
I'm going to take Mr. Myers, dude. Mr. Myers has been really good. He was a really good pickup on your waiver wires. I'm starting him every week in a league. I mean, he only got you 4 points last week, but I feel like this boy can ball. And
he really can, man. Fuck the Patriots for letting him go.
I'm going to take the Myers over Davis, man.
Even against our guys in Green Bay. I agree with you, though. Jacoby Myers is probably like an every week start right now. And just going to roll with him. But let's talk about a little something a little difficult. let's say Jonathan Taylor plays.
Mm-hmm.
And he's healthy. He's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jonathan Taylor just straight up in your lineup? Or is there a cutoff? Like, are you starting Jonathan Taylor over Miles Sanders against Detroit?
I wouldn't. Oh, that's a good one, cousin. That is a good one.
We get the goose. Let's think about it.
Miles Sanders versus Detroit or Jonathan Taylor. Taylor's playing who? They're playing Tennessee.
They're playing Tennessee, which is a very
I'm
tough
starting.
rush
I'm
defense.
starting Sanders, man. I can't throw Taylor in my lineup. I don't care if I have Dalvin Cook and
You're just gonna take the L if he like has.
I don't care if I have Dalvin Cook and somebody P Ryan starting. It's hard to put Taylor in right now.
So you're just gonna like take the L if he has a really good week and then just go for it.
Yeah,
You know,
because 75% chance he sucks this week. I mean, look at Josh Jacobs.
What about Ramondre against New Orleans?
Over Taylor?
Against Tennessee. Or Jahmyr Gibbs.
I would take both of them over Taylor.
Najee against Baltimore. I think you got to start Jonathan Taylor over Najee. Najee don't have a ceiling at all.
Yeah, man, but it's at this point, I'm not starting any running backs versus Tennessee. If it was any other team, I would say Taylor over.
But Najee against Baltimore.
That's a good one, man. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna start Taylor if he plays.
All right, I'll take Najee.
Fuck Najee, dude.
Let's shake on it. $5 bet.
Who scores more?
Yeah.
All
right.
We got it. I'll go with Taylor. He's gonna be in my lineup. So is Cooper Kupp when he comes back. Let's go down a little bit. I know Tyler Algier is on everybody's list. He's got a 5-star matchup according to Fantasy Pros against Houston. Houston still can't stop the run. They never can. Would you start Tyler Algier over Jahmyr Gibbs against Carolina?
No.
What about Miles Sanders against Detroit?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd start Algier over Sanders. Man, Sanders really hasn't performed great this week or this year. And he really, in my eyes, hasn't performed great ever. You know, Algier had 1,000-yard rushing season. Has Sanders had one?
I think last year.
With who?
With Philly.
With Philly? Yeah, well, they had, you know, you could have put Degum, freaking Rashad Penny in that
back
behind that offensive line. And
you can put DeAndre Swift out there.
Well.
Who is an absolute freaking stud.
Yep.
All right, let's go on a little bit of start shit going on here. We got let's go on to some different names. Would you start Jerry Jeudy against the Jets or Jordan Addison against Kansas City?
Addison.
Ugh. That's
start Addison, man. I'm benching Jeudy. If I got Jeudy, I'm benching him right now.
So gross, man.
It's gross, but it's football.
I'm seeing on here that Amon-Ra St. Brown is doubtful for this week's game.
Huh.
You want to double check that?
Yeah.
On Sleeper, but if Amon-Ra is doubtful, that seems like it might be a bad situation for the Detroit Lions, and I think that running game is going to take a big boost for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So
does that make
Josh
Reynolds viable this week?
Yeah, I think you can start Josh Reynolds.
On Sleeper, it says he is doubtful for Sunday's game.
What is the injury, though?
Abdomen.
I'm hoping it's not a sports hernia.
He pulled his ab. You know,
if it's a sports hernia, that might be a big deal. Like
hernia.
Sports hernia.
How's that got to do with the abdomen?
It's just that's what they list it as
Huh.
a lot of times. And if it's like a sports hernia, then
Well, I know upper body injuries linger,
I mean, how you gonna fucking?
or upper body injuries I'm not as skeptical about as lower body injuries. Like, you can play football with a hurt abdomen
He obviously isn't.
yet, but you can't play football with a hurt thigh or a hurt calf. You gotta run. You ain't necessarily gotta fucking breathe.
You ain't necessarily got to
You
breathe.
ain't necessarily gotta breathe, man.
I mean, I guess, but if it, I really think that this is big news. Personally,
It is big news. Like, Amon Ra is the number one on a lot of people's team. And if he doesn't go,
not just this week, but future weeks. Because I feel like Amon Ra is like hard nosed wide receiver. He ain't gonna just sit out for shit. Like, this is the guy that reads, every receiver that got drafted before him in the draft, so that he can get out there and outperform every single one of them. So I don't know. This is one to keep your eye out on. If you hear it on this podcast first, I think it's a little bit more concerning than a 1 week injury, just in my opinion. A sports hernia, like I had mentioned, not a good deal. So hopefully it's not that. But let's go ahead and move on. I mean, Amon Ra's a stud if he's in your lineup. I mean, if he's healthy, he's obviously in your lineup. But this week, don't look like you're going to be playing Amon Ra St. Brown. So, Jahmyr Gibbs, you might got a little more confidence in him. And
but do I start Jahmyr over Pacheco in my Dynasty League?
no, you start Pacheco still.
Do I start him over Brees Hall?
I think you still start Brees in this one.
Of course you do. He's playing Denver.
I hate it, man. Jahmyr Gibbs he's still gonna be great.
I think it'll be fine. If you got him in redraft, it might be a little skeptical, but in Dynasty, you'll be all right.
All right, so that'll be about it with the start sits. Ian,
Yes, sir.
let's check out this FanDuel right quick.
Let's do it, bro. What you got for me, cousin?
Let's look at this FanDuel lineup. I wish everybody was here to share their own FanDuel lineups, but I'm just gonna sit here and I got my entry, but there's also I wanna put out a little bit of information on not just the gambling side of things, but the outlook on what the gambling sites think of these players. So that means a lot with how much you want to go about starting and sitting these guys. So I'll go ahead and tell you my FanDuel lineup right now. I got Tua. Okay. Ian's over here telling me that he's going to do a underdog draft this week. But as of right now, I got Tua at my quarterback. He's going against the Giants. And I got Bijan Robinson going against Houston. James Conner against Cincy.
Yeah.
And my last running back is Brees Hall going against Denver.
You probably got him pretty cheap.
Who, Brees? Yeah, I got Brees Hall at 6,500, so not looking too bad right now. My FanDuel lineup's good. I'm trying to get to this edit screen so that I can show everybody what people are worth. But so recap the lineup. I got Tua, Bijan, James Conner, and Brees Hall in my flex. That's my running backs. At wide receiver, I got Jamar Chase going against Arizona.
Yep.
I'm hoping that this is a bounce back for Joe Burrow. Got Jalen Waddle, who I talked about a good bit in the last episode. And I got Tutu Atwell at the other receiver. And at tight end, I got Dallas Go Eat Dirt, or Dallas Goddard.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I like my fantasy. I always like that shit though. If you want to follow
Right.
it, go with it. My dad, me and him bet FanDuel every single week. We bet $5 on a big tournament, and it's whoever finishes in the top 100. And my dad finished in second place out of 100 people with a great lineup. And I've been doing pretty good myself. Finishing at least in the top 50%, which doesn't seem like much, but if you
It's
do, yeah, it's not much. It's not much.
You suck.
But if you one of them 50-50 bet type people, follow my lineup. I'll at least get you there. I can't promise you're going to win a good tournament, but
It's a good lineup. It's a conservative lineup. It's a volume majority lineup. And when it comes to doing like a pick 'em every week, you know what I mean? You really got to find that guy that is going to break out that nobody else picks, man. And it's so hard to do that. But it's definitely a super solid lineup. And I don't think you'll have.
I really didn't have a sleeper pick in this one, though. It was more just, like you said, a little bit conservative. I guess my sleeper pick would have to be Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Going against Philly. And he was 5,800, but he's really been performing a lot. You got Cooper Kupp coming back, so it could take a decent bit away from Tutu, but there's still a lot of promise there. But let's get to the main fucking event.
This event is the main one.
Yep. I'm just going to go ahead and mention this. I got Noah's prize picks.
Okay.
Noah has won over $1,000 in the first 3 weeks on prize picks.
I think Noah sold his soul to the Satan, the devil.
Yep. He's won over $1,000 in prize picks, betting only I would say the maximum is like $150 over the first 4 weeks. We do $20 bets. We do a 4-leg parlay, which does 10 times your money. So every time me and him go together is $40. We win $400. So Noah, here's a shout out to you, buddy. I hope this is the prize pick that we call out, because if we'd have done the last 3, everybody would be following us by now. But Noah's got James Conner at over 62.5 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Against Cincinnati. What do you think about that?
I think that's solid. I think James Conner's performing well and Cincinnati is not. I think that's a good pick.
All right, he got Breece Hall over 59.5 rushing yards versus Denver.
Yeah.
Denver sucks ass.
That's a lock.
That's a lot.
Breece Hall gets 40 yards in 1 carry.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
He's a beast. And he's got Jake Elliott, 2 field goals versus the Rams. 1.5 field goals made, so he has to make 2.
I think that's doable. I think Philly usually ends up scoring touchdowns when they get in the red zone, but I think 2 field goals is viable.
He's hit it about every damn week. Jake Elliott's been a monster. This is the one that I usually love, TJ Hawkinson. I take his receptions every single week.
Hawkinson
Loogies. We got TJ Hawkinson. Noah took him at 6 receptions, so he took the over on that. He's going to have to get 7. 7 receptions. And you have the TJ Hawkinson receptions on lock right here, because I know Kirk Cousins really loves TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, last week was the only time he got under 7 receptions. So how could you not?
Exactly. So he's 3 out of 4. That's 75% chance that TJ Hawkinson gets it. And the ones I sent into Noah to combine with his is I got Jared Goff. I actually took the under at 245 passing yards.
I think that's good because I feel like they're going to play from ahead and be running the ball.
And they're missing Amon-Ra.
Yeah, that's true.
So I kind of like that. I like that pick. I got Bijan plus C.J. Stroud at a rushing or reception touchdown. This is really a Bijan Robinson type deal. I think Bijan's going to get in the end zone this week.
Yeah.
And if C.J. Stroud gets a QB sneak, just great for me, but I like Bijan to get in the end zone.
Yeah.
I got Stephon Diggs at over 84.5 receiving yards.
You said his name wrong. His name is actually him.
Him. I got him at over 84.5 reception yards. He's been going the hell off.
That's
Is that the one you're worried about the most?
That's the one I'm worried about the most. 84 is a lot of yards, but I think he could do it. He could definitely do it. I think he could get it.
Yeah, that's what's tough about them prize picks. They set them lines at right at the number that you think.
But the only way the Bills are gonna win is if they give the ball to Stephon Diggs very many times.
Well, I bet on him last week at 80, and he had 120, 130. So you just ride the hot hand. That's the way I'm going right now. And if you don't want to do that one, don't do it. And I got Derrick Henry to score a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that's the king. He had a passing touchdown last week.
Yep, this is rushing. Yeah, this is pass, rush, and receiving. So if he does one of them jump passes, I guess it counts too. But, you got the Colts defense. I like it. But me and Noah really just combine our two favorites, and we combine them into what we like the most, and we've really succeeded on these. So as of now, if you want to do on prize picks, like I said, we've won over $1,000, betting probably less than $200 on our prize picks. And
that's in 4 weeks.
And the lineup that we got set, combining both of ours, is James Conner, over 62.5. Breece Hall, over 59.5. Bijan and C.J. Stroud to score a touchdown, rushing or receiving. C.J. Stroud doesn't get anything for passing. And I got Stephon Diggs over 84.5. Yeah. So this is the lineup we roll with, and we actually combined both of ours. And the other one we got Derrick Henry to score a touchdown, the under for Jared Goff at 245.5 passing yards. Jake Elliott, I tell you one thing, dude. The kicking lines are always set in 1.5. Kickers tend to hit 2 field goals a game.
Yeah.
It's a good bet. It's actually a good bit higher than 50%, which is what you want. And then we got TJ Hawkinson at 6 receptions. So we kind of combined. I told him to send me his best 4, and I sent him my best 4. So hopefully we hit.
I think that's a solid squad, cousin. Like you said, y'all been hitting, and there's a really good chance y'all gonna hit this week, man. It's really not hard to pick, man. But the thing that separates it is the NFL, man. These bunch of grown ass men going out there, and anything can happen on any day, dude. I mean, the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. I mean, that's the epitome of it, man. And it's a solid lineup. Anytime you're betting like that, it's hard to know for sure, but you got to go with the hot hand, dude. And I think it's a solid lineup.
I do too. I mean, I love the prize picks. I feel like that's the way to win the money on that parlay type shit. You ain't got to bet a lot, but you can win some big money on it. But I want to just go ahead and call out the Cruise. They're going to hate me for this if I'm wrong, because we have been so solid on the Cruise Lock of the Week. I think we're 7-2 at this point on the Cruise Lock of the Week for betting. The Cruise Lock of the Week for me, and you can blame it all on me if I don't get it, I got the Chiefs beating the Minnesota Vikings by over 3.5 points. And that's what I'm going with. Another couple good bets. Ian, you want to mention some of the other good ones that you like?
Yeah, man. I think the only other for sure lock of the week would be the New York Jets over the Denver Broncos. It's only a 2.5-point spread, man. I think they could definitely win by a field goal. I
No,
think that's
they're
for sure.
they're minus. The Broncos are minus 2.5. So
Oh, they got the Broncos. Oh, sorry. Um,
you got the Broncos winning that game.
yeah. I disagree with that.
I mean, they got the Broncos winning that game. I'm saying you're saying the Jets gonna win that game. Straight up, right?
Yeah.
Would you take the Jets 2.5? Would you take the 2.5 points? You just gonna bet the money line that they just win the game outright? Cause I take the Jets just win the game.
Yeah. I think I would definitely take the money line. I think they're gonna win by more than that, for sure.
And we got another one right here on Monday Night Football. We got the Packers versus the Raiders. I think me and Ian both agree the Packers win that game.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against Pack. They're coming off a loss, and they've had a long week to get healthy. They got their studs coming back, and Jordan Love looked good. Yeah, I think the Pack's going to take it. I think Jair is going to shut Devontae down.
I mean, I hope so. I sure as hell hope so. I really hope the Packers win that game. And another one that I was pretty confident about, not enough to call it the lock of the week, but I feel pretty good about it. I like the Eagles to beat the Rams by 4. The Eagles are favored by 4, so
yeah.
I just like the Eagles to cover that.
If the Rams defense was better, they might have a chance. But yeah, I definitely agree. Eagles over Rams.
And I know, Ian, you like the upset of the Texans over the Falcons. The Falcons are only favored by 1.5 over the Texans right now. I think Ian, he went to go piss again. No, never mind, he's right here.
I'm here.
Oh shit. Go ahead and talk about that game a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I think the Texans can beat the Falcons, man. They got better quarterback play. Falcons got a better running back. Falcons got better offensive line. Texas got better defense. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I think the Texans end up pulling it out, man. I like their head coach, and I like what they've done with the team this year. They still got some things to figure out, but yeah, I think they got it, man. The offense on Atlanta, it only goes through Bijan. Kyle Pitts doesn't do anything. London, Ritter's a miss. Texans got the better quarterback. I'll take the Texans.
I like that pick. I mean, we might sound wrong. I always love listening to these gambling episodes like the week after because we just sound like such fucking idiots. But, you always sound so dumb when you only hit 50% of them. But really and truthfully, you only need to hit 50% of them to either get your money back or, win some money. So if you want to put the main money, all I'm telling you right now is the Cruise lock of the week. You get the Chiefs at 3.5 favorites over the Vikings. I think the Chiefs are going to destroy them fuckers.
Take them out.
Yep, I think it's done. We didn't even hit the over and unders, and we're gonna leave y'all to that. But as of right now,
locks are Green Bay, Dallas, Green Bay, the Jets, and the Chiefs.
Yep, and the Chiefs is our main one. So that's the Cruise lock of the week, and we're going to hit y'all back next time. Matt's going to be on. Hopefully we won't be as drunk. But it's Friday night, and we're having a good time.
Nah,
so
we're not that.
So fuck y'all if y'all ain't enjoying the damn podcast, man. Damn.
Yeah, beers and picks.
Football, beer, sports.
Twins.
Yeah.
You don't like twins?
Hey, while you're speaking about the Twins, they did get into the playoffs. Let's not just stop this at football now.
Oh.
Let's go Bravos. Come on, let's go.
Go. Acuna Jr., the man.
Peace, y'all.
Deuce.